Hello, iHeart listener. We have a confession to make. Both iHeart and this commercial you're listening to right now would probably sound a heck of a lot better on the new Roku Pro Series TV. It's got side-firing speakers that fill your room with sound, Dolby Atmos audio that puts you right in the middle of the entertainment, and the ability to pair seamlessly with your home theater sound systems that already have surround sound and booming bass. If all that sounds too good to be true, it'll sound even better on the new Roku Pro Series. Your hearing isn't better, your TV is.
If chaos was a radio show, you're listening to it. It's John, Jay, and Rich.
You can shoot us a text. You text JJR and whatever your message is to the number 96893. In fact, here's a text right now. John, Jay, Rich, a couple of things. Firstly, you all continue to promote the drunk dial line, but never share any drunk dials that you get. Secondly, when will mean text with Addie come back? Yeah, we need to do those. Get Kyle's daughter to read all the mean texts about this show. So that's how it works. Call us at 877-937-1047 or text us. Text JJR and your message to 96893. Okay, listen to this. We're talking about Peyton, and she wanted to rebrand, right? And you got all the clothes. You bought some bunch of clothes online and all this stuff, right? And so you're sharing new stuff. I see Kyle, I believe you're wearing something I've never seen before. Is that new?
It is.
It is? Where'd you get it?
Amazon.
Oh, were you looking for whatever that is?
Yeah. Well, do you guys remember it was like months and months ago that I got to host the Celebrity Pickleball Championship?
Oh, yeah.
I had done like a huge Amazon order because I didn't know what they were going to have us wear, what they were going to not have us wear, and it turned out that they actually gave us shirts to wear. So I ended up not wearing this, but this was actually purchased for that, and I liked it, so I just kept it instead of returning it. Thanks.
Yeah, I like it.
So I was at either Ann Ross or Ann Nordstrom Rack. One of those two. I don't remember where I was, and it was months ago. And I found a pair of pants that were really, really cool looking, right? And they weren't my size, but I don't know if you guys ever do this. I can lose weight and not fit into it. Anyone ever do that?
Sure.
Yeah? Yeah? You guys, girls don't ever do that?
I'm sure, yeah.
But you haven't?
No.
No, you, Peyton?
I don't shop like that. I just oversize.
I've never, ever shopped like that. But because when you're at a Ross or a Nordstrom, it's like, it is what it is.
You can go like a size maybe a half lower and be like, it'll work.
No, but they don't have it. Sometimes, I think maybe it's Ross then, where they don't have, it's like, that's the pair of pants they have. They don't have one in the back. And it was a size that was a little bit small for me. Some pants fit, some pants don't. But I bought them anyway. So they were like, say, $35 for this pair of pants. And I thought they were really cool. And they were, in fact, do you call them khaki pants? Is that what you call them? Is there another name for khaki pants?
Cargo pants?
No, they didn't have the pockets, but they were the brown pants.
Chinos?
Chinos, they're like that, khaki pants, chinos. So, and they were all torn up and sewed up, and they looked really cool. And I was like, I could see myself wearing these pants. I could see somebody wearing these pants, and they would look cool on them. Would it look cool on me? I don't know. I put them on. They didn't look cool on me. The style was that big boxy style, where the pant legs are really huge.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? So I didn't like them, but I bought them anyway. And then,
Why?
Because I thought I could go somewhere and they could clip them and make them,
you could get them altered.
Altered. It's funny you say that word, altered, because I said tailored. I can get them tailored. So after about a month or so of having them, and I paid $35 for them, and they fit. I could now button them all the way. I'd lost enough weight where I can button them. So I thought, let me get them tailored. So I don't know where to do that. My wife was out of town, and I started Googling tailors near me. None of it made sense. They couldn't. It didn't work. And as I'm searching for tailors near me, the word altered pops up, and it's alterations. Big difference, I guess, right? I didn't know that. So I find this place called the Alterations. It's called Denise Alterations, and they've been here forever. And it's down the street from the radio station. And when you walk into the place, it's like they said, go in through the blue door. So there was a blue door. I go through the blue door. And it's just like you would think from way back in the day. Like there's mannequins up there. There's pins and needles. There's where you step up so they do, you know what I mean? That whole thing. So I tell the woman, here's what I want to bring these up, make them a little tighter in my legs. So she does the thing. She's very friendly. She gives me an apple. She goes, they'll be ready in 2 weeks. Cost me $90.
Yep.
Oh, my gosh.
To get them altered.
Sounds about right.
A couple days ago, they tell me they're ready. So I asked my son Dutch to pick him up for me because he was in the neighborhood. He picks them up. I put them on, and they look the same. And I was like, man, that's not what I wanted. Let me go back there. So I go back there. Now the lady there is Denise. She's there, and there's all these famous people that are pinned up on the walls and stuff, but famous people from a while ago. Like, there hasn't been like a new famous person in a while.
Yeah.
And so I go, hey, can I get these altered some more? And she was like, well, we did this yesterday. You picked them up yesterday. I go, I know, but it's not what I wanted. So I thought that because it wasn't what I wanted, it would still be.
They would fix it.
They would fix it. But they did alter them, but they didn't alter them the way I wanted them. So while I'm waiting and she's putting the needles in the back of my pants, I'm looking around the store and there's a big article and huge words. It says, "The Boob Whisperer." The boob. And I go, "Are you the boob whisperer?" She goes, "Yes, I am." And I'm like, "What exactly does that mean?" So I guess she alters bras. And there's a huge article. She was famous for altering bras back in the day. Have you guys ever heard of that?
No.
Where a bra's too small or too big and they alter it. She's the boob whisperer.
That's cool.
So she now does my pants the way I want my pants done. And then she hands me the bill, $190.
What?
Yeah. And I'm like, this is the most expensive pair of pants I've ever had in my
From
entire
Ross.
Right.
From Ross
Yeah.
for $35.
So what did you say to her when you were like, this is literally $100 more than what I just paid for? Did you pay for it?
I paid for it.
Is it because she's the boob whisperer that her prices
well, no,
are
I
so
felt
high?
bad because she was doing all this work on me. Yes, Grant.
You're going to the wrong guy. I got a guy named Tony. You could literally, you walk in, he takes a look at you, and he goes, "What? You want your legs a little fat? I'll take care of that. $15 whole suit, dude. I can get you in and out, no problem."
Okay, well,
But
that
it's
would
in Indiana, so you're gonna have to travel.
Yeah.
No big deal.
Yeah, but you know what? At this point, it might be cheaper just to pay for the plane ticket to Indiana
Yeah,
and
dude.
use Grant's guy. Yeah, he's going back to the boob whisperer.
So the boob whisperer has a big bowl of chocolate nuts in bags, right? Like little candies that they give you while they're sitting there. And while she went in the back to disappear for a while, I started eating those. I was trying to get $100.
As you should.
I was eating all these chocolate nuts in there.
You got jacked from the
real
boob
expensive,
whisperer.
man.
She got
Insane.
you.
I have the
You know.
most expensive pair of pants ever, and I don't even know. Like they're going to be ready in a week or so, and I can't wait to wear
You're going to
them.
have to wear them
Next
every
time.
day.
Next
I
time.
actually asked her too. I said, "Can you make these a little bit larger? They're a little tight around my waist." She goes, "We could let them out." I go, "Okay." She goes, "How much?" I go, "I don't know, half an inch. How about an inch?" I go, "Okay, great." I don't know this world. Did you know you can make pants wider?
Yeah.
No.
They have little things there.
don't
Next time you take them to me, I'll drop them off at Jumpsuit Jenny. She's my little Korean dry cleaner, and she will take care of it. Because I have to have all pants made shorter. Because I'm
See,
not a very tall guy.
I don't like when they make pants shorter because they never look the same.
Well, you have to do the original hem. That's what you do. It's
Still
like
doesn't
however
look
it
the-
looks like, they can recreate it.
So that's just a little bit of my fashion update for you guys. When I wear the pants in
Yeah,
here, I'm
let's
like, "These
go.
are the pants."
Let's
Everyone,
go.
these
Your
are the
$400
These are the world's
pants.
most expensive
Right?
pants. Yeah. Anyway, that's it. I'll post pictures up JohnJRich.com at some point.
The commercials are finally over. Let's get back to John, Jay, and Rich.
There's some more big news that involves Taylor Swift.
Yeah, adjacently, I guess. So there's a woman who announced that she is divorcing her husband because they were at the Super Bowl and her husband joined in on booing Taylor Swift.
I have loved Taylor Allison Swift since I was 12 years old. My husband even likes her too. Like, he'll put on her music when we're cooking together. He has a favorite song. It's Girl at Home. But we were at the Super Bowl. It was me, him, and 5 of his buddies. And when they put Taylor up on the Jumbotron, all of his buddies started booing, and my husband joined in. And that just tells me everything I need to know about that man, because he didn't care that that would hurt my feelings. And that's not a man. That's a boy. So I'm divorcing him. Thankfully, I have a prenup. I'll be retaining all of my assets as well as the assets that I inherited. With peace and love, he probably will not be returning to the Super Bowl anytime soon. So that's one less booer for you, Taylor. I love you.
And she's dead serious, like had the paperwork in hand and everything.
That is so crazy. I mean, obviously, they weren't really in love because I think you'd handle your husband booing anybody.
Yeah, or talk about it. Talk
right.
through it.
Right. But we want to get into, a small reason you dumped somebody. 877-937-1047. Kayla, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Why'd you dump somebody?
So I ended up not seeing someone anymore after they tried to hold my hand when they took me out on a date.
Well, that seems appropriate, holding a hand on
Was
a
it
date.
like a first date, though?
No, so we had actually known each other for a long time, and we were seeing each other just like at home. But when we finally went out for a date and he tried to hold my hand, it just kind of gave me the ick. I felt like it was just really junior high-ish.
So are you walking and he touches your hand a little bit, and then he touches your hand a little bit more, and then he just holds it while you're walking, or you sit in a movie theater? Like, how does that happen?
Yeah, well, we were just walking, and we were actually going to a movie, and we were walking. We got out of the car, and he just grabbed my hand, and I don't know. I just feel like as adults, we usually just walk next to each other, and I don't know. It just made me feel like it just gave me the ick, so I just stopped seeing him after that.
Did you tell him the reason why you wanted to stop seeing him was the hand-holding incident?
No, I actually ghosted him because I was younger and just didn't know how to approach the situation.
It is kind of interesting. There are times to hold a hand. I will agree with that. And I think walking's the least easy hand holding.
Yeah.
But maybe you're just not like a physical touch. Like if that's not your love language, that's probably really annoying to you.
Is that just not your love language?
No, that's in my bottom. So
that's
I can
definitely the last
hold your bottom.
of my love language.
Yeah, that's literally the last of mine too.
Like when I go, it's like, I'm trying to hit 10,000 steps a day. And sometimes I'll go walking around the neighborhood or I walk a mile down my street and my wife will go with me and then she'll like hold my hand. I'm like, that's not what this is about. Like, I'm trying to get steps. I'm not trying to not hold. So then I will find, like, I will try to do something where we have to unhold hands. Like I'll try to go, let me turn this way. And I'll go move to the right or left of her. And then we unhold hands. And I'm like, okay, fine. Like, thank God.
That's funny. I feel like Scott kind of knows me, like to the point where it's like I usually don't really want to hold hands, but every once in a while I feel like it's an appropriate hand holding time. And he doesn't ever try to hold my hand until I say, hold my hand.
You weirdo.
Strange.
And then we'll hold hands.
All right.
Kayla will never say that in any capacity.
All right, Kayla, have a great day. Thank you for listening.
Thanks, guys. Have a good day.
Bye-bye. 877-937-1047. Tell us about a reason you dumped somebody, but it's like a really small, tiny reason. All right? You booed Taylor Swift or you want to hold hands. We'll talk to you next. It's John, Jay, and Rich.
John, Jay, and Rich.
Taylor Swift has a super fan that is going to get a divorce because her husband booed Taylor during the Super Bowl. So we want to get into dumb reasons you broke up with someone or divorced somebody or something like that. Good morning, Jess.
Hi, good morning.
So you dumped somebody over something dumb?
Well, actually, I was dumped over something really dumb.
Ooh, different perspective. Go ahead.
Okay, so a couple years ago, back in 2017, dating this guy was going really well, and all of a sudden he decided he just couldn't handle my really good-looking male roommate living with me.
I can see how that'd be a challenge.
He could not handle it. And my roommate, first of all, I was like, okay, I was 33 at the time. This roommate was like 24. There was no way in hell it was going to happen. He was like a little brother. It was just not going to happen. But this guy couldn't handle it. He could not deal with it.
Well, did he give you like an ultimatum, like lose the roommate or lose me? And you're like, well, I'm keeping my roommate?
No, not at all. He just couldn't deal with it.
Okay, how long?
Couldn't stand for that.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
We were together for like a month. So I mean, it was like a long-term serious relationship, but still.
Okay. How long was this guy your roommate?
Oh, sorry. Maybe a couple months, like 3-4 months.
Okay. And be honest now that time has gone by. In any of that time, did you ever get intimate with your roommate?
No, never once.
And you don't think it would have
never
happened
like
once?
that.
Like
I
you guys
would-
just hanging around? If he did move on, if he did make the move on you, would you have accepted it?
No, there was no.
That'd always be cool if you had a roommate like that.
Little backstory. I don't think I would have had the confidence to. I don't think I would have trusted it. I was extremely big back then too. If that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm.
So no, I don't think I would have gone for it. Just, out of lack of confidence, to be honest.
Got it.
But now I probably would.
Oh, so now you would. So the guy you were dating had a reason, like because.
Well, yeah, but
I didn't look at him like that. And this roommate at the time worked with me, and I would have girls like so jealous that he lived with me. I'm like, why? Like,
I would be sussed out by my boyfriend. I'd be like, why do you think he's so cute? Like, do you not want to be around here because you're into him?
Think about that.
Yeah, I'm like, that's a little. That's just me,
exactly.
though.
Why do you care? Do you want him?
Exactly.
Point. Yes.
Well, that fits what we're doing. The guy broke up with you because you lived with a good-looking guy.
Yep.
Thank you, Jess.
Yeah, exactly. But you know what, though? He did me a favor. I'm now with the love of my life.
Oh,
good.
And see how confident you are? Love that.
Yeah, I'm super happy now. So you did me a favor. Thank you.
Thank you, Jess. Thanks for listening. Have a great day.
Thank you so much. Have a good one, you guys.
Kendall, tell us a dumb reason you broke up with someone.
I broke up with someone because they were texting me too much.
Like, you don't want any communication?
How's your day? No, thank you.
I honestly was young at the time, and I had just gotten my cell phone, so I figured that this guy was way too obsessed with me, and I needed to cut it off because he was texting me every day, like at least 4 times a day, and I told him I was on vacation, so I was like, why are you texting me?
Okay, so when you look back at it, you don't think it's too much now?
Yeah, I think that I was afraid of commitment at the time, and I was just young.
How intimate did you ever get with a guy?
It was one of my first boyfriends ever, so we only ever kissed.
Okay.
I was in middle school.
Oh, God. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Good.
That's a good thing you only get.
All right. All right, Kendall. Thanks for calling in.
Thank you, guys.
Have a great day.
You too.
Lexi, what'd you do?
Hi. So it wasn't actually me. It was my mom, but she's weird. She doesn't know how to tell the story right. So I'll just tell you. So pretty much when she was in high school, she was her boyfriend. I guess he was like a jock, and he walked like 2 or 3 miles, like here in Arizona, to go visit her at her house. And when she kissed him, he was like all sweaty. And she said she didn't like that. It was like, it tasted salty. So she broke up with him.
Oh, poor guy.
He was like, I just walked 3 miles in 120 degrees.
It's so hot. The sacrifice is worth it for one little smooch.
He's like, let me go shower, hydrate, and then try it again.
That's so savage of your mom.
I'm pretty sure she broke up with him like right then and there.
Oh, no.
Let's talk about how hot your mom is.
Tries to downplay it, but
Your mom must be really smoking hot with this guy to walk 2 miles to go see her.
oh my gosh, my mom is amazing. Everybody always is. I'm like, hello, I'm standing right here.
All right. Well, thanks for sharing that, Lexi.
Yeah, I was just picturing her walking out, and she's like, bye, Christmas wish.
Why would he just like dry his mouth or something?
Right,
Splash water on his face.
He probably had that romantic like movie in his head, and it did not work out.
As someone who walks, I'm a walker now. I would after walking for a while, I have to wash my hands. So I figure why wouldn't you before you make out?
I mean, unless it's like
don't
she's
make
walking
out
and it's
I make out with my hands.
Maybe there wasn't the opportunity. Like he got there and she ran out. Like
that's what I'm saying.
Like, oh yay, you're finally here. And he's like, oh, hold on.
Well, there's no way he thought that was going to be a deal breaker either. He probably thought she was just going to be happy to see him.
Yeah.
All right, Lexi, Christmas wish. Thank you.
Thanks.
Brenda, tell us the dumb reason you broke up with someone.
Yeah, so I was dating this guy when I was younger, second boyfriend, tall, dark, and handsome, beautiful green eyes. But he had this, chin that stuck out a little bit, and I overlooked it, in the beginning. But then I got stoned one day, and we hung out, and it just grew and grew like Jay Leno, like that caricature that, that you get drawn on the boardwalk. It just got huge, and after that, I was like, no, I can't do this. I can't do this.
He's walking out with the crimson chin. I would die.
Yes. I couldn't stop laughing once I noticed it and it wouldn't go away.
His chin is so big, he needs more than one passport?
Probably, yes.
Where's the joke with that, John Jay?
Because his chin's so big, the passport goes to the next, it just kind of leans out. It was a visual popped in my head. I was trying to think, what do you do when you have a big head?
Okay.
All right. Thanks, Brenda. Have a great day.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
I pitch those jokes, and then I look at Kyle, and she nods. She shakes her head, and I'm like, I tried. Not a lot of big chin jokes out there.
No, there's really not. There wasn't a good reference for chin. She already she used Jay Leno, so that one was gone.
That was good. That was good. All right. It's John Jay and Rich.
What are you looking for in a new smart TV? 4K picture quality, high quality and immersive sound, a sleek design? All of those are givens, but only the new Roku Pro Series has all of those and the Roku streaming experience, an award-winning OS. Get fast, easy access to all your apps like iHeart, where you can stream all your favorite music, radio, and podcasts all day, and regular all-inclusive trips to Roku City. The new Roku Pro Series, a smart TV built by the streaming pros.
We've all done it. You see a headline but don't have time to read the whole story, or there's so much news you're not sure what is worth your time. I'm Colby Ekowitz, co-host of Post Reports, the weekday afternoon podcast from The Washington Post. Post Reports brings you what's relevant and revealing. Breaking stories, politics, wellness, culture. Each episode goes beyond a headline for the context you need. Find Post Reports now, wherever you're listening.
Hello, it is Ryan, and I was on a flight the other day playing one of my favorite social spin slot games on ChumbaCasino.com. I looked over at the person sitting next to me, and you know what they were doing? They were also playing Chumba Casino. Coincidence? I think not. Everybody's loving having fun with it. Chumba Casino is home to hundreds of casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere, even at 30,000 feet. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com to claim your free welcome bonus. That's ChumbaCasino.com and live the Chumba life.
No purchase necessary. VGW. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
You know when it gets to last call and all the dudes kind of start creeping up on you? We have the solution. Give them the John, Jay, and Rich drunk dial line. 602-888-1933. It's John, Jay, and Rich.
John, Jay, and Rich. Hey, Max.
Hey, guys. What's up?
What's up with you, Max?
So I've been keeping this from my roommate for about a year. I can't tell him. It's silly, but I just feel like I need to tell somebody. I just can't tell him because he just started noticing. So do any of you have the McDonald's app?
Yeah, I love the McDonald's app.
Okay, well, he does too, and he goes there like a lot. Like, I swear they're on a first name basis with each other over there. He goes so much. But I don't go to McDonald's that often, or so he thought. So what happened is about a year ago, he let me log into his phone so he could use the points because I didn't want to go through the hassle of making my own account. I don't go there that often. Yeah, just use my points. It's fine. It's a win-win situation. And so that was about a year ago. He let me log in to his account on my phone, and I've been using it ever since, but I never logged out. So the thing is that I've been using his points that he's been accumulating for my free food.
Oh my gosh, isn't he noticing? Like, I'm going to McDonald's all the time. My points are gone.
It wasn't at first because, like I said, I don't go that often. But so, like, little points here and there wouldn't be missed. But I've been starting to go more often as well. And he had brought it up. He brought it up one day, like, "Hey, some of my points are missing. I think it may have been hacked. Do you know what's going on?" And I don't have the heart to tell him it was me.
Oh, he knows that you have it. You need to log out and then just never talk about it again. Oh my gosh. I just pulled up my McDonald's app though. I have like 28,000 points.
So what does that get you?
Get some free food.
With how do the points work? Is it 100 points for a burger?
Let me tell you. So rewards and deals. So if I want to go use my rewards, so like just one McChicken is 1,500 points.
Oh, dang.
You got like a full family dinner.
Yeah, but you can, here's the annoying thing about the McDonald's app is that you can only use like one reward for one item. And then so like I wouldn't be able to get a big family meal and get a Big Mac for 6,000 points.
Oh, so you couldn't buy 10 things.
No, not with my points.
Oh,
no.
so I think Starbucks is not like that.
Yeah, you can use all your...
Because I have Starbucks points. This is the thing, Max, like if I was your roommate, I would have no idea. I pay no attention to my points, but I know that I have them on the Starbucks app. And sometimes I'll go get something and they'll say to me, "Do you want to use your points?"
Because they're about
and
to
I'll
go
be
away.
like, I'll be, what can I get? And they'll go, everything. And I'm like, wow, okay, great. So like, but I don't pay attention.
Great.
I don't pay attention. So if he pays attention, you're screwed. If he doesn't pay attention.
Yeah. Just make your own account.
Paying attention.
Make your own account.
Maybe I should make my own account at this point, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't want to lose a roommate over it, right? Because, I
Yeah.
mean, it sounds like your roomie's pretty intense about their McDonald's, so you want to keep the peace.
Yeah, he's pretty serious about it.
Yeah. That would probably kill the relationship.
Could you imagine breaking up your relationship over McDonald's?
No, I know, but
Or
some
how
people get there.
I look at it a little differently. You're breaking up your relationship because you're stealing from him.
And that, I guess that's the way.
You do have a point there.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
All right, man. Thanks, Max, for calling in.
Thank you.
It's John, Jay, and Rich.
We want you to be part of the show. Call us 877-937-1047. Get on the air with John, Jay, and Rich.
V, hi, you're on the air.
Oh my gosh. Let me tell you, I have 99 problems and my garage is one. Kyle, Help. My marriage depends on it.
What's going on?
Okay, so listen. I, by all means, am not a hoarder. I walk around my house fine. My house is very clean. However, my garage is otherwise. And I know I'm not a hoarder, but I do find like really good deals. And actually anybody who knows me cracks up because they're like, oh, so what do you have in your garage? My neighbors come and they're like, hey, I need a VCR. I know you have to have one. I'm like, I do. So they come and like, I kid you not, my garage saves the day more than anything. So my neighbors love it. My friends love it. My kids adore it. However, my husband hates it. He gave me I wouldn't say a marriage ultimatum, but he gave me an ultimatum. He's like, hey, I recently had surgery, got really sick, have been very, anyhow. So point blank is surgery. And he gave me some slack, and he's like, all right, once you're out of your 6 weeks after your surgery, he's like, you have 2 months to clean it up, or else I'm going to go in there and I'm going to just trash it all. And I'm panicking, right? I'm like, okay, this is like stuff I spent a lot of money on, and I can't just have it in the trash can. And, it's almost like I spent so much money on it, and it's still good, but I don't want to put it in the garage sale and then get like 25 cents for it. So anyhow, give me tips.
What about like a storage unit?
I feel like your husband's out of line. Like your clutter has purpose.
Oh, dear.
I give him 2 months to change his mind. Find something that you bring to the table, dude.
I did. I'm like, did you clean your closet? And you know what he does? He has such nerve. He's like, actually, let me go in my closet. Here's 3 pair of pants. Here's 10 shirts. And I'm like, God, this is going the opposite way. I'm like, okay, it backfires on me. So I'm like, oh, great. I'm like, okay, that's not the point. The point is that you have a lot of stuff, and he really doesn't. And he's like, no, I don't. And it's just like, it's never ending. So I did start decluttering, like, I took a lot of things to like other mothers, like good stuff. And I got some store credit and, like the consignment stores. I'm like, cool, I'll take that. That doesn't hurt that bad. But, it's like the bigger things that I'm like, we have a birthday party. Who wants to pay a decorator $1,000 to decorate when I could do it just as well? So anyhow.
Okay. So if a storage unit, like Peyton said, isn't an option, because that can be really expensive, I would say the thing that always helps me, like in decluttering, is first organizing. Like, so if there's a possibility, like if you're really attached to all the clutter and it does actually help you out and all these people in your life benefit from it, like I would just try organizing it first, and then your husband may not be so annoyed with it. Like that would be my first step. And then while you're organizing it, you may go, oh, well, maybe this thing isn't totally necessary. Or maybe you could start a really cool offer up and you could just start making money off of that stuff.
Yeah, I tried that.
Okay. I would try organizing it, because when it's all like perfectly put in situations and places, it may not feel so invasive.
You're right. Okay. Yeah. So maybe not having him tiptoe around my stuff and maybe a walkway would be nice.
Yeah, give him a walkway. He deserves that.
Before you clean up, I'm looking for 80s style bedazzler. Do you have one of those in your garage? I want to get my denim jacket looking fly.
I'll look for one.
Okay,
I have a bedazzler.
I do too.
You know what I have that is ridiculous, and I will never. I told my daughter, this is going to be in my will. You are going to take this home for your children. I went to a garage sale. Actually, it was a state sale, and they had things from back, like segregation. This lady would have really crazy things. So then I got this desk that's all wooden. I don't even mind sending a picture over to you guys. I've never seen anything like that. Well, inside the desk, there was a newspaper that you could barely open it up because it would crumble. And, I didn't want to do that. Well, right before the daughter sold it to me, I think I paid $50 for it. Just because it looks that cool. There was stuff in there from like Queen Elizabeth and like segregation, like the blacks and the whites and the water fountains. And I'm like, what? Can I just keep that? And she's like, sorry, that's my grandmother's. And I'm like, great. So I didn't want to be a jerk. But anyhow, so I feel like that lap desk is worth so much money. So
you need to take it to that TV show. What is that?
Antiques Roadshow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You got to get Rich.
Vegas,
Rich
and-
wants a whites only fountain so
Oh
bad.
my gosh,
That's
John.
terrible.
In the Civil War era, Pete Dazzler.
Yeah. So anyhow, I feel like that may bring a fortune at some point.
Right.
But I probably need to take it to that pawn shop. But I don't. Well, I want to make sure it accrues enough years so that they're like, okay, this is a once in a lifetime thing. You know.
Yeah. All right, V. Thank you for calling.
Thank you. Have a good
Bye.
day.
Bye.
Bye.
It's John, Jane, Rich.
I don't know how you found us. But I'm so thankful that you did. It's John, Jay, and Rich.
I think Kyle's been pretty open about it. She's always wanted to be on Family Feud,
Very true.
right? There's a real game that you can go buy at Target. It is Family Feud After Dark. So it's a little bit more mature. I think with all these games, like, what are those games? Humanity, Crimes Against Humanity, and Cards. Yeah, that they're trying to make it more mature. So I didn't know how we could play it on the radio except for this one way, where I figure I'll just do, top 10 answers on the board, and I'll ask it, and you guys have to, all three of you have to answer as soon as possible.
Okay.
Your own answer. Okay? For example, Rich, Peyton, Kyle. Name a way you know a date has gone well.
Kiss after the date.
Phone number.
Oh, I thought we were like, I
know,
don't
me
want
too.
to all speak at the same
You all got to
time.
jump in this, so you get just like the buzzer. How they,
Okay.
they
Okay,
hit.
you go home with them.
Okay, what'd you say, Peyton?
Phone number.
The top answers are sex, a call afterwards, a kiss is number 2.
Yay.
Second date was number 1 answer. Second date.
Second date. Second
Good
date.
answer. Good answer.
Good answer. Okay. Top answers are on the board. This is Family Feud After Dark. How long do you date before introducing your partner to your family?
A year.
7 dates.
3 months.
Ooh, a year is 4 people said a year. What was your answer, Kyle?
7 dates.
That's not up here. Number 1 answer, 6 months.
Oh, I said 3 months.
6 months. A few months is the number 3 answer. Okay. Think carefully here, you guys. Top answers on the board. Name your co-star in your fantasy porn film.
Kim Kardashian.
Chris Hemsworth.
You gonna play, Rich?
I just think I'm going to get in trouble.
Why? It's not
Sherry
going to
O'Terry.
happen. Wife was 3. Was the bottom answer.
Oh.
Sam Elliott, Tom Cruise, Johnny Depp. Number 1 answer, Jason Momoa.
Jason Momoa.
But I
Good
will
answer.
accept Chris Hemsworth
Okay,
and
thank
Kim
you.
Kardashian. Both of those are number 1. Name a household chore your partner is better at than you are.
Cleaning.
Dishes.
Oh. Sweeping.
Nothing.
Peyton, you got to stick to your gut. Dishes number 2, cleaning number 1.
Oh, cleaning. Yeah.
Name a
Dang.
fruit or vegetable that looks like a body part.
Eggplant.
Kumquat.
Cucumber.
Cucumbers number 2, eggplants number 3, banana number 1.
Banana.
Banana.
Name a good next career for a former porn star.
Influencer.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Registered
That's
nurse.
good. Postal worker.
YouTuber, politician, stripper, actor, actress.
I feel like influencer and YouTuber are like the
Yeah,
same.
totally.
Yeah.
Name a reason someone might be asked to leave a strip club.
No money.
They touch the girls.
Dancing on the stage.
No money is up there. Touching the strippers, number 2. Drunk is number 1 answer.
Well.
Drunk.
Name a good way to chill after a tense workday.
Having a drink.
Oh, that's a good one. Watch TV.
Listen to music.
Watch TV, number 2. A drink, number 1.
Hey, I have the Family Feud app on my phone.
Name something you'd only wear in front of your partner.
Underwear.
Lingerie.
That's got to be the top 2 answers. That's what, both of them are what I would say. I'm going to say something else.
Uh-huh.
A Speedo.
Boxers, nightgown, thong, pajamas, number 3. Underwear, number 2. Lingerie, number 1.
Hey, well, we're good, man.
Yeah.
We good.
Name a famous woman men fantasize about.
Marilyn Monroe.
Pam Anderson.
Kim Kardashian.
Marilyn Monroe's number 1.
Yeah. I just sex icon. Come on.
Wow.
But I don't think that that's a current answer.
I know it's
I
really,
don't think
it's not.
men these
Kim
days
K.
fantasize over Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah, I think Kim K
Name
thinks it.
something that's fast.
Cars.
Rich, you not playing? Jesus Christ.
I was still thinking. I'm playing.
You can.
Plane.
Airplane,
Boys.
number 3. Cheetah, number 2. Cars, number 1. Name something you use that runs on batteries.
Remote.
Camera.
Your car.
Q car?
Your car.
Nope. Car not up there. Camera not up there. Remote control, Kyle. Number 1 answer.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Name ways people meet their potential mates.
A bar.
Online.
Apps.
Bars number 2, dating apps number 1. What'd you say, Kyle?
Online.
What's another word for sex?
Doing it.
the what did you guys call it? The mattress mambo.
Getting it on.
Sexy time.
Whoopies number 3. Intercourse, making love is the number 1 answer.
Ooh, but those are all so
Gross.
gross.
You don't like the making love?
Making love.
No, I don't like any of those.
Would you like to make love?
Name something with curves.
Women.
Spine.
That's a good one. Women with curves. Streets.
Woman is number 2. The road, highway is number 1.
You win.
All right. It's John, Jay, and Rich.
It's the John, Jay, and Rich radio program. 2 names, 4 hosts,
and a whole lot of fun.
It's John, Jay, and Rich.
Let's get into this. I know we haven't gotten this, and it's been on the list to get to. Kyle, about when you were making the kids' lunches and the bento boxes.
There's certain things that my son says, and he says them really wrong, and I don't want to correct him. Like, look, I know he's 7 years old. You should probably correct him because he's going to be that kid at school that says the things the wrong way, but I can't do it because I think it's adorable. So I used to get their, like, little bento boxes. So no brown paper bags, no little baggies, the bento boxes with things in their own little sections. And one day we were making those for the next day, and Easton goes, "Hey, Mom, can I just have like a brown bag and baggies? Dutch do's that." And I was like, "Dutch do's that?" He goes, "Yeah." And I like how Dutch do's that, so I think I also want to have a brown paper bag. And I'm like, I can't tell him that it's Dutch does that because he does that, and that's cute.
You don't want to correct him.
I don't want to correct him.
I don't. But what's going to happen is he'll learn it the right way, and then you'll probably still say it. Like our kids, I remember Jake used to say hamburger instead of hamburger.
Yeah.
And now my wife would be like, "Does anyone want hamburger?"
Yes.
And they look at her like, "What?"
I feel like hamburger and does though like are different. Like I feel like you got to tell them does because do's and does is a little different than like hamburger. Like it'd be different if he said like jalapeno. Like that's cute.
There's
you don't have
one
to correct
thing.
that.
There's one thing that I feel like it's my job to make sure he knows how to tie his shoes, which he doesn't yet, which we'll get to. He doesn't know how to ride his bike yet, which he doesn't yet, but we will get to.
Sure.
He's just an overly cautious kid, and I've been like trying to find ways to get him there. Like he's just scared he's gonna fall, and so I've been like bribing him, offered him money. He's like at the weight now where he doesn't need to sit in a booster seat, technically speaking, and he wants to not be in the booster seat. And I was like, okay, we'll do that when we learn how to ride a bike. Let me know when you're ready to go, right?
We'll do's that when you
Dutch
learn how to ride a bike.
Dutch do's that. He rides his bike.
We'll do's that when you learn how to ride a bike.
Yeah, you really want to correct some of those things.
But those things, like, that's my responsibility as a parent. Like,
Yeah.
I should be the one teaching
But
him
the
how to
do's.
make sure he knows how to do the bike and the shoes. But Dutch do's that, his teachers will take care of.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Well,
I feel that,
I mean,
yeah.
we used to make fun of my mom because Rich, we still do it, where my mom would say when she'd make dinner, and let's say she instead of saying, "Does anybody want mashed potatoes?" my mom would say, "Anybody wants mashed potatoes? Anybody wants?"
We still use that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We still do it. So it's like I think there is a cuteness to it still. So hopefully his teacher doesn't correct him.
No, don't. Some of those things, though, you got to get it. Like, so my son Joe used to call hangers, for clothes. He wouldn't say hangers. He would say hookers. So when he says, "I need some hookers for these shirts," now I think it's a little, just do it now.
That's funny.
It went on for a little while.
Like, son, everybody needs hookers.
He would say, "We're out of hookers."
The world was shut down without hookers, son.
Yeah, I mean, that one, if he was
Dad, I
doing
can't
that, I'd
find
correct
any
it.
hookers. These shirts.
It's not going to get him in trouble to say Dutch do's. Needing some hookers may get myself in trouble, actually.
Gosh, that reminds me of when I was younger. You guys know Native New Yorker, like the wing spot? So they used, I don't know if they still do, but they used to have these chicken strips and they called them strippers. And I went to Buffalo Wild Wings not realizing the difference between Native New Yorker and Buffalo Wild Wings. And so I'm 8, where are the strippers? Looking on the menu.
You're like some young drunk. Where are the strippers?
Where are the strippers?
Bring them out.
Yeah, I didn't realize it until I was a lot older. I was like, that makes sense.
Hey, if you got a word that your kid says wrong, shoot us a text. Text JJR and the kid, and whatever the word is wrong, to 96893. It's John, Jay, and Rich.
John, Jay, and Rich. We are like a whole vibe.
Kyle just shared with us her beautiful son, how he speaks wrong. What does
He says Dutch do's that.
Dutch
He
do's that. So we wanted to hear about your kid, things that your kid said wrong, but it's cute. Ashley, good morning.
are you doing?
Does your kid say something wrong, but it's cute?
Yeah, she actually pronounces thank you like, how does she say it? D-tube.
D-tube? That's how she says thank you?
Yeah.
I know she's not talking about YouTube.
Yeah, it sounds very similar.
Every time I ask my mom to go on YouTube, she says, you're welcome.
Yeah, like, you didn't get into YouTube. What are you saying you're welcome for?
She's like, my mom answers me wrong. She's
That's
calling
one of
into
those
that
things
segment.
that it's like only the parent knows the language.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
like you would think she's asking for YouTube, and she's no, she's just saying thank you.
Yeah.
How old is she, Ashley?
She is 2 right now.
Oh, that's cute.
That's adorable.
That's cute. Thank you for sharing that with us.
Yeah, of course.
Have a great day.
You too.
Hey, Chris, what does your kid say wrong that's adorable?
Oh, my goodness. So my little boy was 2, and I left him at my cousin's house, and she's the cousin that would teach them a bad word. But I left him for a couple hours to babysit. When I came back, I said, hey, Maddie, what's going on? What'd you do today? And he said, Ma, I watched the effin' hound. But he didn't say effin'. And I was so mad at my cousin. I'm like, what did you do? She's like, because she had a hound dog. So I'm like, what did you do? What happened? And then he walks over with the movie, The Fox and the Hound.
Okay. Very cute.
Really
Thank
gotta
you,
work
Chris.
on that one.
Yeah. Thanks.
So innocent.
Yeah. Hey, Wendy, good morning.
Good morning.
Does your kid say something cute and adorable?
Well, my kids are now 15 and 17, but when they were
don't
young,
they don't say anything cute anymore.
They just say, bro.
Yeah, they just roast you.
But when they were younger, they would get sick, and as we all say, bless you to our kids when they sneeze, they would say, Mom, I don't feel well. I've been bless youing all day.
That's awesome. Yeah, you can't fix that. You got to let that happen.
Oh, never correct those, no.
That's adorable.
I used to try to speak wrong in front of my kids a lot just for fun to see if it would mess them up. And I remember whenever I would make a smoothie, I used to just yell gibberish stuff. Like I would try to say stuff really loud while the blender was going on. So I could do I'd go, Masano, 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 Masano. And my kids look at me and they go, what do you do? I go, this is what you say when you make a smoothie. I did it all the time in their childhood. I was seeing my son Kemp in Hawaii, and he's making a smoothie, and he starts going, Masano, 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 Masano. And I was like, oh, my God.
It finally caught on.
Oh, my God.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Wendy, thanks for calling in.
Yeah, you guys have a great day.
And then I was trying to speak wrong all the time. I remember I was trying to speak with like a different accent and different just words that didn't make words, and I would just use words improperly. And then I was hoping that my son Dutch like raise his hand in class. May I mambo face to the dog patch? Brenda, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. Did your kid speak wrong, but it's adorable?
Oh, my goodness. So my daughter, Addison, she is 16 now, but when she was little, like probably 2, 3, up to the time she went to school, she used to say, I love you very lunch instead of I love you very much.
Oh, that actually kind of reminds me, my nephew King, like right when he just started to talk, whenever I would say I love you to him, he like didn't say I love you back. He would always say love you much. And then I got it tattooed on my arm. I thought that was so cute. Like a little 2-year-old saying love you much. Stop. That's so cute.
Yeah.
I love you berry lunch. Adorable. Oh, adorable. I would totally get that tatted too.
You know, my brother-in-law, Mike, right? He's Uncle Mike to the kids. I remember when Kemp was little, Kemp goes, I was telling him something. He goes, well, my friend, Uncle Mike.
That's funny.
Brenda, have a great day.
Thanks, you too, guys.
Hey, Nick.
Hey, guys. So actually just yesterday, Post Malone does a cover of Hootie and the Blowfish, I Only Want to Be With You.
Of course.
So we're listening to it in the car, and it gets to the part where it's like, you can call me your fool. I only want to be with you. And then my son in the back seat, without hesitation, is like, wait, why did they call him a waffle? See ya.
So cute.
All right. That was fun. It's John, Jay, and Rich.
Have you ever wondered what it would be like to have supervision, enhanced hearing, extraordinary reflexes, to be, dare we say, superhuman? Well, Roku's new Pro Series TV can't do any of that for you. But with a 4K screen, side-firing speakers, and a blazing fast refresh rate, it'll sure feel like it. Elevate your entertainment using all your favorite apps like iHeart and play all your music, radio, and podcasts with the new Roku Pro Series. Your senses aren't better. Your TV is.
Okay, real talk. We're all kind of hooked on our phones. It's full of shiny apps designed to keep your attention captive forever. But there's real-life stuff to do other than scrolling, and I'm here to help. I'm Christina Quinn, the host of Try This, a podcast from The Washington Post. The show explores solutions for life's common problems. And this season, we're learning to tame the dopamine beast and reclaim our attention in this noisy and distracting world. So let's tame the beast together. Find Try This from The Washington Post wherever you listen.
Step into the world of power, loyalty, and luck.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
With family, cannolis, and spins mean everything.
Now, you wanna get mixed up in the family business.
Introducing The Godfather at ChumbaCasino.com. Test your luck in the shadowy world of The Godfather slot.
Someday, I will call upon you to do a service for me.
Play The Godfather now at ChumbaCasino.com.
Welcome to the family.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
I'm so glad you're here. As the person who currently occupies your attention, I would like to thank you for listening to John, Jay, and Rich.
A couple weeks ago, Kyle brought up how her dog Daisy ate a bunch of chocolate, right, Kyle? That turned out it was dark chocolate.
Yeah, everyone was really scared, but she's fine. She's good.
She's fine, but we wanted to know about what did your dog eat? Hi, Jamie.
Hi. So it was my daughter's dog. She woke me up in the middle of the night because her dog ate a condom.
Oh,
From
Yeah, she was horrified, and her boyfriend had to take the dog to the emergency vet, and they had to puke. The dog had to puke it up, and she was horrified.
The fact that she went and told you, as her mom, I think I would die with that secret. I would never tell my mom that. That's a good relationship.
She did not want to tell me.
Was it an unopened condom?
It was open.
Okay, now I would really never tell my mom.
Poor Jamie.
Yeah, but so she has a poodle, and I guess they're known to get in the trash. And she absolutely loves her dog, so she thought her dog was going to die. So that's the only reason why she told me.
A moment of desperation.
I just laughed.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Good mom.
Well, I guess you better take him. Yeah.
Thanks for sharing that, Jamie.
Yeah, have a good one.
You too. Victoria, what does your dog eat?
A beauty blender.
A crime.
What's a beauty blender?
A beauty blender is what you use to blend out your makeup. When
It's
you
like
use,
a necessary item.
Yeah.
Is it a brush?
It's like a sponge.
Yeah.
What are you going to do without that?
Right, because how dare you? The betrayal?
Did it pop out, or did you have to have surgery?
He started heavy breathing, so we took him to the vet, and
They just gave him medication.
they just gave him medication, and we had to wait for him to
See if he pooped it out, but we don't think he ever did let it out, so we don't know.
Well, hopefully he passed it,
I
because
know.
that could cause some serious...
Maybe it came out in pieces and you just didn't notice.
It doesn't matter how much makeup you eat. It's not going to make you pretty on the inside.
Yeah.
Right.
Deep.
So yeah, we don't ever know if he passed it through. I mean, we did follow him for a couple of days, but he was sick for 4 days, and yeah, he did have to go to the vet and get on some medication and everything, but we don't ever know if it went through or not.
I don't get why the dogs don't have this. Well, this doesn't seem like food, and just stop right there. But they don't, do they? They just go.
Nope.
Yeah, well, we thought it was a ball, and when we went to try to grab it, he just swallowed it.
Well, thanks for sharing that story, Victoria. Have a great day.
Yeah, you as well.
Joy.
Yes.
Joy, go ahead. You're on the air. Hi.
Hey there. Hi.
Hey, what'd your dog eat?
Well, my dog decided that it would be a good idea to eat a bar of soap.
Ew.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, he's little, so he wasn't able to eat the whole thing, but I found the remnants of it when I came home from work.
Because I've been swearing a lot.
Yeah, I know. I was like,
And he cleaned his mouth. That was so
potty mouth.
I would assume that's an easy transition to get out of a dog's stomach, right? Like it wouldn't be poison, would it?
Well, I mean, I don't know for sure. I mean, he was fine, so.
His poop smell good.
It's so fresh and so clean.
Irish Spring poop. It's an Irish Springer dog. Well, thanks, Joy.
You're
Have a
welcome.
great day.
Thank you, guys. You too.
Bye.
I had a friend and their dog got into their edible stash.
Oh, no. That has to be really dangerous.
Yeah, and it was like a little, I mean, Sissy was like this big maybe. Like, I mean, a pretty small, like bigger,
10 pounds maybe.
Yeah, probably about 10 pounds. And I remember my friend called me and she's like, Sissy's gonna die. And like, I was like, okay, take Sissy to the vet. I think Sissy's gonna be fine. Like, I feel like that's a natural thing. Like, as long as it wasn't a chocolate bar and it was your Rice Krispie treats, I feel like you might be okay. And they ended up taking the dog to the vet, and the vet basically was like, yeah, she's just gonna be super high and just just
take her to a fish concert.
Yeah, make sure you keep her really hydrated.
Dog was tripping.
Oh my God! All right.
But she was okay.
Thank you, Peyton. It's John, Jane, Rich.
Have an idea for the show?
Today's your day.
Use the iHeartRadio app and talk back to us right now. It's John, Jay, and Rich.
We want to know how you survived death. Why are you still alive? You should be dead, but you're not. Alicia, what happened to you?
I was in high school. My friends and I went to go hike the White Tanks Mountains because we had a late start, and we went off trail. Up the mountain, there was a boulder. We wanted to take a picture. My boyfriend was about 10 feet down, so I went to hop on top of the boulder. It came out. It was about 1,000 pounds. Rolled down the mountain, hitting my friends and I, and then also my boyfriend at the end. If it didn't hit him, I probably would have continued rolling down the mountain, and we got stuck up there. So we had to get evacuated with the helicopter because multiple injuries, couldn't move. They thought I had broken both of my legs, but I didn't.
That's crazy.
So that was a very near death.
Wait, what happened to your legs? They weren't damaged at all?
No. So I was a competitive dancer, and so I was pretty flexible, and so I think that kind of saved me. But it was just severe bruising.
Did you pirouette when the boulder came down? You did a kickball change? Kickball change. Woo! Boulder just moved to the side.
Well, I kind of jumped up there in a straddle, so because it was a big boulder. And,
I mean, when you tell the story, I visualize Indiana Jones running from the boulder.
Huge boulder,
but he made
rolling
it
down the hill.
And then the Jovitos got him. Well, that's a great story. That is crazy.
Glad you're okay.
You know what?
Thank you, yes.
You never go off trail. Never go off trail. Take that from
when
me.
we were
I
in
hike
the news,
now.
They said that.
Yeah. Wow, you made the news. There's so many things we could pull from your story. One, we could call us if you've ever been evacuated by a helicopter.
Yep.
Or call us if you've ever been on the news. You would win all those.
Why were you on the news is a fun one.
Yeah.
A week or two later, there was that news where they were in the helicopter and they kept spinning and spinning.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, is that you?" I'm like, "No."
Oh my gosh, that was terrible.
That was terrible too. Yeah. All right. Thank you for calling in.
Thank you so much.
Bye. Amber, good morning.
Good morning.
So you almost died, but you didn't. What happened?
So I was 15 years old. I was taking the city bus back from school. There's a sign in the bus that says "Do not cross the front of the city bus." Never read that or noticed that until the day I looked across traffic and I was like, "Oh, we're clear. I'm going to run across the street." There was a car on the side of the bus that I couldn't see. All I hear is tires screeching as I'm running across. Had he not been paying attention, absolutely would have hit me.
You had some angels looking out for you.
Still gives me the heebie-jeebies. I'm telling you, he was inches away from me.
That's twofold there. You've got to be the person crossing the street. You got to be careful. And the driver.
Yeah.
When you pass. I just told my son that the other day we're driving. I go, hey, man, be careful when you're passing a bus because people might, especially when the bus is parked.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, people walk in front of the bus.
I never noticed that before, but there is a sign inside the bus that says, the city bus that says, "Do not cross in front of the city bus."
Now you know why.
I was young, but yeah, no, I still think about that, and it's just like, ugh.
Well, we're glad you're alive.
Yep. Thank you.
Thanks, Amber. Carissa, tell us, you should be dead, but you're not. Why?
Yeah, so it was my sophomore year of college. I was going to the U of A, and I was walking home through a crosswalk that didn't have any lights that like indicated, that somebody was walking. So it was just trusting the cars to stop. So it was 2 lanes that I had to cross on the one side. So the first lane, the truck stopped, and I was on the phone with my dad, like talking about my day. There were no other cars coming in the second lane, so like the truck was blocking the second lane. And I started walking in the crosswalk, and I took one like step past the truck, and a car, this like Honda Civic, was speeding down the road and pulled up onto the sidewalk to avoid hitting me. So it was like 2 seconds away from like taking me out in the crosswalk while I was on the phone with my dad.
Wow.
No.
And I froze immediately, naturally, and like fell to the ground in the crosswalk sobbing. My dad is obviously on the phone, has no idea what's happening. I'm just shouting, I almost died. I'm in a crosswalk. I almost died. And he was like, you need to get up, like get out of the road, like stop trying to die.
Keep moving.
And, so yeah, it was the most traumatizing thing that I've ever been through. Now that crosswalk has lights, so hopefully, it doesn't happen again.
Walking and talking, man. Got to pay attention.
Yeah,
she was in a crosswalk. You're supposed to
It was dark with no lights. Pay attention.
I know.
So,
All right, well, we're glad you survived. Thanks for calling in.
thanks, guys. Love you guys.
Love you too.
We listen to you every morning.
Thank you. Good morning, John, Jane, Rich. Can I help you?
Hi, I have a near-death experience.
Ooh, what happened?
So I have an older sister, actually, and we were
Say
in
no
Colorado.
more. I'm kidding.
Say
Go ahead.
some more.
Go ahead. Okay, older sister, what happened?
Sorry. I have an older sister. We were staying in Colorado, Durango, and we were in this campsite where this train goes through this campsite. And we had just gotten back to our campsite, and we could hear the train coming, and we would get so excited. So my older sister, who has special needs, starts running up to go see the train. And we're all like, okay, like we're all heading over there. And as we're walking closer, we notice that she is like almost on the train track, looking down the track, looking for this train that's coming at full speed, or, probably not full speed, but you're feeling like it's full speed when you see your special needs sister standing close to the track.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're all like, get off the track. What are you doing? And I just remember standing still, my mom and dad just sprinting up this hill to go grab her. And I turned around and closed my eyes because I just could not even look to see the accident ready to happen. And my mom and dad ended up grabbing her last minute. And it was the freakiest thing. So now anytime I'm like, nope, we're not doing a train. We're not even going close. But it was the scariest moment that I have ever witnessed because
It's like a movie.
Yeah, totally.
Oh my gosh, it was so scary. But
In a movie, that would be Superman that saved your sister. And in real life, aren't our parents Supermen?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe my mom shoved my dad up the hill. Who knows? Someone's crawling. I don't know.
They saved her.
So crazy, insane. Oh my gosh, it was so scary.
Well, thank you for calling.
Yeah, of course.
Thank
you guys
you.
have a good one.
You too. If you have any other ones, shoot us a call, 877-937-1047, or a DM at John J. Van S. It's John J. and Rich.
John J. and Rich.
You guys remember Lindsay? Just a quick little recap. If I'm right with Lindsay here, so you were dating your psychiatrist's son. That didn't go well. And then out of nowhere,
Right.
I don't know when was the last time we talked to her, out of nowhere, she sends me a voicemail message on my Instagram. And I was just going to play it. And then I thought, in fact, here's a little piece of it.
John Jay. Last night I went on a first date and the guy said he loved me and all of this
The
stuff.
guy said he loved me. And I was like, I wonder where this is going to go. And I thought, well, let's just get Lindsay on there to tell her story. Because if you remember, she's got crazy dating stories.
Yeah.
So first date, he says, I love you.
Yeah. I mean, it was going well, right? We went out to this brewery, just thought it would be low key, hang out or whatever, and it went well. And he immediately went we should be exclusive. We both need to, because we met on an app, of course. We both need to delete the app. He's like, you got me wanting to say some things. I was like, what are you talking about? What things? And then he's like, well, I I just feel like I love you.
Whoa.
And I was like, yikes. Okay. I was like, oh, okay. Like, I was like, it's been a good time. And whatever. And so I thought everything went great. We said, good night, whatever. And the next day, I knew he had some things to do in the morning, and I had a baby shower to go to. Lived our life. I tried to text him like later in the afternoon, 2-3 o'clock, and it doesn't say delivered.
So did
and
he
I was
block
like,
you?
That's strange. So he blocked me.
What?
So
rude.
I get the apps back, and guess who else did? So I was like, what the, like, this is so confusing. Like, what?
Well, you didn't give him the I love you return.
No. Well, I mean,
Rightfully so.
I
Why
don't even
would
care
you?
at this point why, but like, is that why? Like, I just don't. Everything else was great.
I thought you loved me.
Yeah, right.
Well, I did. In my text, I was like, hey, like, I thought everything went well. Like, why would you say those things and then block me? Because I knew he blocked me. I said, hey, and then, like, as a test, nothing, and undelivered.
How did you
And
shut
so-
that down? That's probably what did it. However, you shut down the I think I love you is probably what the problem is for him, but it's good for you that you shut it down. But what did you say?
I mean, I didn't really, I was like, oh, I was just, like, kind of shocked. I was just like, oh, okay. And we just, like, went about our lives.
Okay, did you sleep with him at all?
Yes.
Okay, you slept with him. So the first date, you meet him, you go back
So
to
maybe
your house.
that's why he loves me.
Well, at what point, when did he say I love you? Before you slept with him or after you slept with him?
Both.
Or like during?
All of the above.
So
There's
he
a
said,
lot of love bombing stuff.
so he said I love you a few times to you during the night.
Yes.
Now, him saying I love you and saying you might be the one for me, did that at all help you say, I'm going to sleep with him tonight?
No.
No, so you were planning on sleeping with him anyway as soon as you saw him.
I mean, eventually, I was like, he's very attractive, and it's been a long time. So, I mean, why not?
Okay, so let me ask Peyton and Kyle this question. You meet a guy on the first night, you go on a date on the first night. He says, I love you. Okay, that's awkward right there. Boom, right?
Yes.
So do you reach out to him again after that?
Probably not.
Right. So that's why I'm curious as to why he said, I love you. It made you feel completely uncomfortable, but then you still text him the next day. But then again, you slept with him. So your brain, you need to go back to that counselor.
Well, and maybe I was thinking after I talked to you a little bit, John Jay, I was like, you know what? Maybe I should just give Peyton and Kyle the password to my app, and they just run the show. Like, because clearly it is not working. I'm like so frustrated. Like, I want to quit. However, like, I'm serious about like finding my person. I'm like in my early 30s. Like, I'm ready to like. You think Peyton's ready for a ring? Like, this girl is ready.
I think you got to not sleep with him on the first date. Don't sleep with him on the first date. Because here's the thing: if you're that guy, if you're that guy, he probably does that a lot, and it works for him.
Yeah.
Right?
And he just ghosts him afterwards.
Right.
I think it was just a line.
Yeah, I think it was a line.
Lame.
That's terrible. What happened to the last guy that you were so connected with? Not the counselor's kid, but the one after that.
Rich. Yeah, the one that like we actually were exclusive and we were very similar. Oh yeah, he was awful, turns out.
Oh no.
He would like yell at me in public for like literally no reason. Like, yeah, very verbally abusive, I feel like. And yeah, he broke up with me real quick after like I was at his house, we were having a good time, and then I can't even remember what brought it up, but he was like,
you know what?
I mean,
you have a
talking
pattern
about his apartment or something, and yeah, I clearly.
So you've got a big personality, and you seem to be
Yes.
attracted to these people who come on really strong, really fast, and you seem to like that. But that's no good for you.
yeah.
You need to suss them out longer.
So how did he yell at you in public? For what? Over what?
I don't even remember. Well, at his house, like I told him he was a little messy, and he was like, "Get out! Like you've got to get out. We're done." And I was
We're
like,
done?
"What? You are? You're a boy." Like I was like, "I'm a little messy. It's not that big of a deal." He's like, "No," and then just like went off on like a whole. I'm never gonna marry you. You're never meeting my family. I was like, "Whoa! We've been dating 2 months." Like, what are you talking about?
Well, he was
I'm
right.
glad you got rid of him.
You're never meeting my family.
It was tragic, and like that wasn't. Yeah. So
You know what?
like,
I'm going to do that
after
from now. If I ever get into an argument with anybody, I'm going to be like, "You're never meeting my family." Sir, this is Hertz Rent-A-Car.
Okay, no problem.
But yeah, so shoot. So maybe, Rich, maybe you're right. Like, or maybe you should get out and running this too. You, the trio, Peyton, Rich, and Kyle. You all can have my dating app.
We will suss out the losers, that's for sure.
Yeah. All right,
It's
Lindsay.
just ridiculous.
You're a joy. Have a great day.
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you so much for always
Y'all
keeping us
too.
up to date. All right.
Of course.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Broadcasting live across the world right now. This is the John Jay and Rich radio program.
Hello, iHeart listener. We have a confession to make. Both iHeart and this commercial you're listening to right now would probably sound a heck of a lot better on the new Roku Pro Series TV. It's got side-firing speakers that fill your room with sound, Dolby Atmos audio that puts you right in the middle of the entertainment, and the ability to pair seamlessly with your home theater sound systems that already have surround sound and booming bass. If all that sounds too good to be true, it'll sound even better on the new Roku Pro Series. Your hearing isn't better, your TV is.